Hi church, thanks for joining us for this week's Bible reading. This Sunday, the 22nd of March, is Mothering Sunday. And I wanted to take a female character from the Old Testament called Deborah and look at that story. After Ehud's death, the Israelites again did evil in the Lord's sight. So the Lord turned them over to King Jabin of Hazor, a Canaanite king. The commander of his army was Sisera, who lived in Harosheth Hagoyim. Sisera, who had 900 iron chariots, ruthlessly oppressed the Israelites for 20 years. Then the people of Israel cried out to the Lord for help. Deborah, the wife of Lapidoth, was a prophet who was judging Israel at the time. She would sit under the palm of Deborah between Raham and Bethel in the hill country of Ephraim, and the Israelites would go to her for judgment. One day she sent for Barak, son of Abinoam, who lived in Kadesh in the land of Naphtali. She said to him, "This is what the Lord, the God of Israel, commands you. Call out 10,000 warriors from the tribes of Naphtali and Zebulun at Mount Tabor. And I will call out Sisera, commander of Jabin's army, along with his chariots and warriors at the Kishon River. There I will give you victory over them." Barak told her, "I will go, but only if you come with me." "Very well," said Deborah, "I will go with you, but you will receive no honour in this venture, for the Lord's victory over Sisera will be at the hands of a woman." So Deborah went with Barak to Kadesh. At Kadesh, Barak called together the tribes of Zebulun and Naphtali, and 10,000 warriors went up with him. Deborah also went with him. Now Heber the Kenite, a descendant of Moses' brother-in-law, Hobab, had moved away from the other members of his tribe and pitched his tent by the oak of Sanim, near Kadesh. When Sisera was told that Barak, son of Abiam, had gone up to Mount Tabor, he called for all 900 of his iron chariots and all of his warriors, and they marched from Harosheth Hagoyim to the Kishon River. Then Deborah said to Barak, "Get ready. This is the day the Lord will give you victory over Sisera, for the Lord is marching ahead of you." And Barak led his 10,000 warriors down the slopes of Mount Tabor into battle. When Barak attacked, the Lord threw Sisera and all the chariots and warriors into a panic. Sisera leaped down from his chariot and escaped on foot. Then Barak chased the chariots and the enemy army all the way from Harosheth Hagoyim, killing all of Sisera's warriors. Not a single one was left alive. Meanwhile, Sisera ran to the tent of Jael, the wife of Heber the Kenite, because Heber's family was on friendly terms with King Jabin of Hazor. Jael went out to meet Sisera and said to him, "Come into my tent, sir, come in, don't be afraid." We're going to pause the reading there at verse 18. I want to encourage you to read on to find out what happens next to Sisera. In fact, it'd be really helpful for you to read the rest of chapter 4 and read chapter 5, because in chapter 5 there's a really interesting part of what God does on that mountain, a freak storm that causes this victory. I'd love you to read chapter 4 and chapter 5. I'm looking forward to meeting with you online this Sunday as we work through this brilliant character from the Old Testament, Deborah. Be blessed, be safe.